This is my son, William. My oldest son.
Kevin Freeman from Fox 8.
This is Dwight Brown.
Hey, Dwight.
He is Austin's father, one of the children.
Okay. Are you doing live or?
You be asking any questions or what?
Do you want to pull it?
Live is easier. But
Okay. Just because we're so close to traffic.
What's that? For what?
Putting it right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, what do we use now? Can you use a piece of tape? Do you want a piece of tape?
I know. I can clip it. I think. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if anybody else is going to talk, are they able to walk up to the microphone so we'll be able to hear you guys?
If you want.
I'm ready.
Are you fired up?
It's firing up. I think it's for
Okay.
me. Don't wait for me.
Do you mind giving us 1 minute? Or?
Go ahead.
Okay, we want to air it live.
Go ahead.
Too. Okay.
I think we're all airing it live so that everyone can see it.
You ready, Aaron?
Okay, it's up.
We're all good?
Yeah.
All right.
You're good?
We're ready to start whenever you are. So whoever wants to start can step up
Okay.
to the microphone.
You guys ready?
You're good?
Good.
Okay.
Yes, thank you, sir.
All right. Good afternoon. My name is Joseph Jordan. I am the father of Lachelle Jordan. She is my daughter, and she is missing. And before I start, I need to make a correction because I was gently encouraged to be reminded that she is not only my daughter. So my better half reminded me that I should say our daughter. We want our daughter home. So let's make sure that I don't make that mistake again. I'm going to start off by saying that Lachelle went missing on Saturday evening. Her twin sister, Lachelle, filed a missing persons report. Part of what Lachelle was concerned about was Mr. Stenick. And she has filed a restraining order. And Mr. Stenick had violated that restraining order at both her home and her job. She was scheduled to report to court this past Monday to answer to those charges that she had filed. And so we now know that she disappeared sometime Saturday. So before I go on, I want to tell you a little bit about Lachelle Jordan. Lachelle was a student athlete. She ran track. She did cross country. She was a service to her community. For years, she worked with me, my wife, and my other children as we supported Mayor Jackson's holiday food basket. She was one of those that was carrying around the bags, while me, her father, was the one that was handling the turkeys and putting them in the bag. So she was a worker. From that, she decided that she was going to do something different. So she became an EMT. She did that on her own, again, becoming a civil servant. A civil servant, which is what I am. I've been that civil servant at the end of this month, 23 years. So I'm going to throw some more numbers at you, because I like numbers. First number I'm going to say is 45. In the first week of December will be 45 years since I took this oath. First of all, servants of all, we shall transcend all. Now mind you, I didn't say servants of everybody or nobody or just those I like. I said all. And that's what I have been those 45 years. Now I'm going to throw another number at you. That number is 40. In February of 2024, it will be 40 years since our family dedicated our lives to Jesus Christ. And so as you see, Lachelle was a part of that. And it still goes on now. I'm out here solely because I want to bring our daughter home. So, first of all, I need to thank those in law enforcement. If you remember seeing on the news, they were out in force. And without law enforcement, this would be going nowhere. Nowhere at all. Next, I want to thank you, the media. You have helped us get the word out about the importance of our daughter. We thank you humbly for that. And as we continue on, I want to say this. We've asked for prayers for our family. We've asked for prayers, but we want to also ask for prayers for the media and those in law enforcement. Because see, what I do know is each of us, our father, brother, son, daughter, mother, of somebody. And they love us. And that's what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about the love of a family for a daughter who was missing. It's our daughter. What is going on? I don't know. But what I do know is our daughter needs to come home. We want her home and we want her well. I don't think that's too much to ask. I'd like to share a short story with you. It's called Everybody, Anybody, Somebody, and Nobody. There was a small task that needed to be done, and everybody could have did it. But everybody said, well, I'll let anybody do it. So when it came to anybody said, well, this is not too important. Somebody will do it. And when it got to somebody said, well, I'm a bit busy now. So when somebody didn't do it, it finally went to nobody. Nobody did it. It never got done. What does that have to do with anything? Lachelle Jordan is a somebody. She is an EMT. She had a class that went out today to support and look for her. She is a somebody. She is a somebody. it is no way that I am going to rest and let Lachelle become a nobody. Because something's going to get done. How it's going to get done, it's real easy. Somebody knows what happened. Somebody knows what happened. And I need that somebody, whoever you are, wherever you are, I need you to reach out to law enforcement. Reach out to the media. Contact them. You can remain anonymous. They will tell you where to go. And I am going to give you a number, 216-621-1234. 216-621-1234. That's where you can anonymously be a somebody. Because right now, what Lachelle needs more than anything else is for somebody to step forward. When that somebody steps forward, this family will rest. Thank you.
I want to ask, police say that they are not officially connecting Stinnett to her disappearance, yet they've towed his cars. What do you believe?
What I believe is this is an ongoing investigation. And the way law enforcement works is they cannot reveal parts of their investigation until it's at the appropriate time. One of the things we don't want to have happen is a technicality when everything comes to light. So what I would rather have happen is law enforcement do the thorough job that they can do. And I have to believe in that because they are good at what they do. And I want to say this about law enforcement. This is a time when law enforcement is working around the clock. They have families too. They are making sacrifices. And that's why I thank them, because they are working for my family, for our family. And I'm going to keep getting this correct now. But that's what it's about.
Lachelle filed this restraining order or protection order in January, but yet he was not arrested until this past Monday. Does that frustrate you?
I can say it does or it doesn't, because the way law enforcement works is they gotta have legitimate reasons and things they can prove, okay? Do they have pictures of him violating? I don't know. Do they have witnesses of him violating? I don't know. But if I get frustrated with the process can't work. And I have to believe that the process will work, because that's what justice does. Sometimes it's not in the time frame that we want, because we always want it now. We always want it now. And I'm going to be quite honest. Yes, I want something now, but at the same token, I'm willing to wait for it to be done right. And that's the difference. It's got to be done right, whatever it is. And I don't know what it is.
If Lachelle is able to see this right now, what do you want her to know from you? What do you want her to hear from you or family?
What we want Lachelle to know is something that's not normally seen. She has strong men that are behind her and supporting her and want her to come home safely. Point blank. That's what we want Lachelle to know. And we also want her to know that we are out here and we will continue to be out here till that question of her coming home is answered.
Did the brother, did anyone else want to speak about, even if it's just to talk about her or what you're going through now? If you could step to the mic, please.
We just want her home safely back to her family. That's all. That's all we want.
You're the father to one of her,
Yes.
to both of her kids?
Yes. One.
Or one.
Yes.
And you're a brother?
Right here.
You mind giving your thoughts?
Grateful that my father mentioned numbers because I too would like to mention numbers. In the time that this gentleman asked me to step to the microphone and now, approximately 10 seconds have elapsed. Things have changed in those 10 seconds. The earth, in relationship to where the sun is, has changed. In approximately 10 seconds, some 40-odd children have been born. My message is to those who know something about my sister's disappearance. You too can change. You can make a decision, regardless of what has happened in the past, to do the right thing now. You can choose to be somebody important, someone who makes a difference of good in this world, more than you have in the past. And so we invite you to reach out to that number. Again, 216-621-1234. Lachelle's family, her sons, her daughter, her brothers, her sisters, her mother, her fathers, her EMT family, who spent 4 hours canvassing today, passing out flyers. Other members of the community, they want her to come home. And we know you do too, so let her go.
And can I ask, is there a reason why you held this at the 5th District?
Yes, there is. The reason I held this at the 5th District is our law enforcement don't always get the opportunity to show the hard work that they do. Well, I'm here to talk about it, and I'm here to thank them. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart, because I love my daughter, and I have to believe some of the men and women that are out here working have families too. And I'm going to tell you something that I noticed. One day this week, I'm usually at work by 8 o'clock a.m. in the morning. That day, I went by my daughter's house because I wanted to check on her. And when I got there at 7:30 a.m., there was a police officer in a squad car standing there watching over my daughter. And that, for me, speaks volumes. So the work that they do, I want to thank them. I want to thank their family, because see, they sacrificing their time. I love my daughter. I love our daughter. Woo! I gotta not get past it.
I do want to ask about her children. I don't know how old are their children, and how do you explain the disappearance, where their mom is, and how are they doing, and how old are they first?
Okay, let's actually do a little bit of that. Austin is 8 years old. Alyssa is 4 years old. They were both in school today. And the reason I know that they were in school today is because I was in school with my wife for Grandparents' Day. To let them know that their grandparents are here, supporting them. So as far as explaining this to them, we're not yet. Because we don't have enough information. Because even with their little minds, their first question is gonna be, when is mom coming home? When is mom coming home? I don't have an answer for that. And unless I absolutely have to, I will not share it with them until I do.
Thank you. Unless there's anything, can you all say and spell your names for us? The brother and the father. Your name is
William Jordan.
William Jordan.
Dwight Brown. Dwight Brown.
Dwight Brown. And who's your child? Which one?
Austin's my son.
Austin, who's 8.
Yes.
Okay. Everyone.
Are there any other questions?
Any other questions? Thank you so much.
Thank you. And we hope that we can help find him.
Thank you.
Do you know, is there any more canvassing going on tonight?
Tonight?
Yes.
No.
There's no canvassing going on tonight.
Do you know where the EMS workers were passing out flyers? Where were they?
They started at the 4th precinct on 93rd and Kinsman.
Okay.
Covered 10 to 15 blocks, all the way up to 110 and Union.